Welcome to our lesson today. I'm teacher Felix, and on this day I'm going to take you, my viewers and my learners, through a learning area of science and technology. This work for grade 5, science and technology for grade 5. Welcome. Our strand for today is human body, as you can see on the whiteboard. We are going to look at human body, and the substrand will be sense organs. So we are going to look at human body and sense organs in our topic. Now, as we move on, what I'd like us to get in this our strand of human body and substrand sense organs, by the end of this lesson, I will expect you to be able to list the sense organs that we as human beings have. You should be able to list all the sense organs and their functions. What are these sense organs and what are the functions of the sense organs? Then point number 2 in our today's lesson, I will also expect you to be able to identify or to draw different sense organs that we have. So those are the two main points that I will expect that we very well know by the end of this lesson. To list the sense organs and their functions, that is 1, and 2, to identify or to draw the sense organs that we have. So walk with me in this journey of today, looking at the human body, that is our body as human beings, and the sense organs that we have in our bodies. Now, when we talk about sense organs, what do we mean by sense organs? Because they are in our body. What do we mean by sense organs? Sense organs, these are parts of our body that help us understand what happens in our body or what happens around us. So that is what we refer to as sense organs. And they're also called sense organs because as they help us to understand what happens in our bodies or around us, they have senses. They help us to sense. They help us to understand these things. And that is why they are called sense organs. And definitely, these sense organs are parts of our body. Now, when I say that sense organs are part of our body, does it mean all parts of our bodies make sense organs? No. We have different parts of our body. For example, we have the head. Like you can see, my head is part of my body. My fingers, my hand, my arm, my chest. I have my leg. I have hair on my head. I have my ears. I have my nose. Now, which ones out of all these parts make what we call sense organs? So out of all those many parts, there are a few that are called sense organs. We need now to know them. As we go to the next slide, we shall see each of them and see how many sense organs we have, because not all parts of our body make the sense organs. So as we see the first one, the first slide, we shall see the first sense organ. That is what we have. What do we have there as the first sense organ? We can see that's the head of a person, and the sense organ on that part of the head is the eye, or the two eyes. So eyes make the first part of the sense organs. So if you are asked about sense organs, the first one is the eye. Let's move to the next one. Then we see the second sense organ. There we are. As we can all see, again it's found on the head. So which is that sense organ that we can see? As you look at that diagram, the second sense organ which we as human beings have is the ear. So the ear is our sense organ. You can touch yours, you can look at yours, you can look at your friend's ear. That is the second sense organ that we have. So the first one was the eye, the second one is the ear. Now let's move to the third one and see which is this third sense organ. Let's see the third sense organ. The first one was the ear. The first one was the eye, followed by the ear. Then we have the third one. We have the third one. So the third sense organ is the nose. The third sense organ is the nose, and you can touch your nose. You can also look at your friend's nose and know that is sense organ number 3. So we come to the third sense organ. Does it mean there are 3? Let's move to the next one and see the next sense organ. So we have the first one as the eye. The second one was the ear. The third one was the nose. We move to the fourth sense organ in the next slide. So let's look at the fourth sense organ. Apart from the nose, the next sense organ is the tongue. That's the fourth sense organ. As you can see, the diagram on our screen shows a person who has opened wide the mouth, and it shows the tongue. So the tongue is the fourth sense organ. You all have your tongues as the fourth sense organ. Then we move to the last one. The tongue is the fourth one. Then the last one, the last sense organ is the skin. We can see there we have the skin, and all of us as human beings, we have the skin all over our body. So those are our 5 sense organs that we as human beings or animals have. We have seen the first one. The eye is the first sense organ. Then the ear is the second sense organ. The nose is the third sense organ. The tongue, the fourth sense organ. And the skin is the fifth sense organ. So this means we have a total of 5 sense organs on our bodies. 5 sense organs as listed here on our body. So if somebody asks you to name sense organs, you should know that we have 5 sense organs. And let's see how many of these sense organs do we have. How many of each do we have? We have 2 eyes. As you can see me, this is my first eye and my second eye. 2 eyes naturally. So the eyes are 2. Ears are also 2. I have my 2 ears. You can also look at yours. Do you have 2 ears? Do you have 1 ear or 3 ears? Naturally, every human being has 2 ears, and here are mine. We come to the nose. Every human being has 1 nose. Like mine here, I have 1 nose. So we have every human being has one nose. Then you have the tongue. The tongue is also one, and this tongue is found inside our mouth, in between the teeth. So we have only one tongue, whose function we shall see. Then the skin, the last one is the skin. The skin is what covers the whole of our body. If I check on my hands, this is my skin. If I see, maybe I look at my head, my cheeks, my face, it's covered by the skin. All round, if I look at my legs, it's covered by the skin. So that is the number of the sense organs and each of them that we have. So I would like us to take a moment, look at our friends in pairs, and see the sense organs, the 5 of them that your friend has. So if you are alone, if you can use a mirror, then you can take a mirror and look at yourself. Unfortunately, all these sense organs are found on the head, except the skin that runs from the head and covering the whole entire body. So look at your friend and see how the eyes look like. In pairs or in groups, look at the eye. You can also look at the ear of your friend. You can also look at the nose. Look at how the nose looks like. Look at the shape of the nose. Show your friend as your friend also shows you. You can also look at the tongue. The tongue is inside the mouth, so you are supposed to bring out the tongue so that your friend is able to look at your tongue and to see it, so that later we shall see the function of each of them. Hope you've looked at the eye, the ear, the nose, and the tongue. Finally, look at the skin of your friend. And you can also look at your skin. Like I can look at mine, you can look on the hand. You can look at your legs and you see your skin. If you have your mirror, you can look at your face, and with the mirror you can see the skin covering your face. Like you can look at the cheeks, you can look at the forehead and see the skin covering. So having looked at that, I want us now to move to the next part. We have now known our 5 sense organs, these 5 sense organs. We now want to see the function or the use of each of the sense organs. What do we use these sense organs for? How do they help us? Because at the beginning we said these sense organs help us to know what happens within our bodies and what happens around us. For us to understand, to know, or to experience what happens in us, in our bodies, and around us where we are, like where I am now, I use these sense organs. I want us to start with the first one, the eye. What is the function of the eye? Close your eye. I want us to close our eyes, except me. So you close your eye for 30 seconds. Close both eyes for 30 seconds. Then I'll give the next instruction. Right, you can now open. You've closed and opened your eyes. After closing and opening the eyes, what is the difference? What is the difference when you close and open your eyes? When you close your eyes, it means you will not be able to see what is happening around you. Like, I can see you. You can see me because I've opened my eyes. But when I close or when I shut my eyes, I'll not be able to see you. I'll not be able to see anything around me because my eyes are closed. So the main function of the eye is to see what happens. The main function of the eye or the eyes is to see things. You can also try during your free time. You close your eye, then you open. If you close your eye, you will not be able to see anything around you. But when you open your eyes, you will be able to see what happens. So the main function of the eye is to see things that happen or things that are around you. Number 2, let us go to the ear. Let us go to the ear. For the ear, follow the instructions very keenly. For the ear, follow the instructions very keenly. The activity that I want us to do while using our ear, remember these are the ears. The activity that I want us to do while using this ear will take 30 seconds. The activity will take 30 seconds, not more than that. So, as we move together, I want us to fully cover our ears, both ears, with our fingers. And this is what we are going to do. We shall cover this way. And when I indicate, when I do my hand like this, you uncover your ear. So when we start, I will tell you to cover. When I do like this, you will uncover or remove what will be blocking your ear. So we start. I want us to close or cover our ears. I want us to close or cover our ears for 30 seconds. The 30 seconds are over. You can open or uncover your ears. You can open or uncover your ears. What was the difference? What did you notice when you covered or uncovered your ear? Again, let us take 30 seconds. We cover our ear, and when I clap like this, you uncover your ear. 30 seconds. Ready? We go. Good. So you open. What did you notice when you cover your ears? When you completely or totally cover your ears, you will not be able to hear anything. This means the function of the ear is to hear sounds around us. Like the way I'm talking, if you cover your ears, you will not be able to listen to me. You will not get what I'm saying. You will not understand what I'm saying unless I use some signs. So the function of the ear is to hear sounds around us. Sounds like the way I'm talking. You can get my sound. You can hear the sound of some music. You can hear a vehicle passing by. You can hear different sounds of animals like cows, or wild animals like elephants, like lions, like hyenas. You can get all those sounds. You can also get sounds of objects, like when I hit this table. You get that sound because you have your ears, and you can use your ears to hear what is happening around you. So you can see the eye helps us to see anything around us. That's the function of the eye. The ear helps us to hear or to get the sounds that are around us. Like the way I'm talking, you get my voice, you get my sound because you have ears and you can use your ears to hear. Number 3, we come to the nose. What's the function of the nose? Can we say the nose also is used to see or to hear? No. This is sense organ number 3, the nose. The function of the nose. You can be at home and mother is preparing a meal. Without seeing, or maybe from outside the kitchen or outside the dining room, how will you know the type of a meal that has been prepared by your mother? If you use your eyes, you will see and know that today my mother has prepared some chapatis. If you use your ear, you can hear them talking that they are preparing or they have prepared. You cannot see what is on the table or in the kitchen. You cannot hear what they are saying. How will you know the type of food that has been prepared? Alternatively, you can meet with a person, and this person has used a type of jelly or perfume. Then you say this person has used a type of, let's say, jelly like Vaseline, or has used perfume like cocoa butter. How will you know the type of perfume? You've not seen it. You've not seen the container of the oil that the person has used, or perfume or jelly. Maybe a person has used ng'ombe, or the type of soap that a person uses to take a shower. Maybe a person uses Rexona, or a person uses maybe Lifebuoy, or this common one, the common bar soap. How will you know the type of perfume that has been used by this person? You have not seen, you've not heard. You will know through the use of your nose. So you will know what this person has used through the sense organ nose by smelling. This means the nose is used to smell. You smell what is around you. You get the smell of the food. You get the smell of maybe a perfume. you get the smell of the type of air. Like if a person pollutes the air, or if air is polluted by different pollutants, like maybe sprays or other chemicals, you will understand by smelling and use your nose to smell. Sense organ number 4 is the tongue. Sense organ number 4 is the tongue. When we come to the tongue, you can be given some items. Like I can take some items that are like powder, and then they are put here. They are of the same color and same size particles. Unfortunately, I've left mine far. You are given 3 items. All of them are white in color. All of them have the same size or nearly the same size. For instance, you are given these 3 items: flour, salt, and sugar. Their texture is almost the same. Their color is almost the same. Like I can also add here a type of fertilizer called urea. How will you identify these 4 items? You can identify through the use of your tongue. When you taste flour, it has a different taste from salt, from sugar, and from urea. So this means the function of your tongue is to taste. The function of our tongue is to taste. When you taste, you will know whether something is sweet or it is bitter or it is sour. For instance, the taste of salt is bitter. The taste of sugar is sour. The tongue will help you to taste. Finally, the skin. We've seen the skin, like I have my skin on the hands, skin on the face, on the stomach, all over the body. My whole body is covered by skin. The function of the skin. How do we get to know some things by the use of the skin? The skin will help us. If I pinch you, how will you know that you are feeling pain? If I pour cold water on you, or I pour warm water on you, how will you know? It is because of the skin. So the skin is used to feel. The function of our skin is to feel. You feel hotness, you feel coldness of something. You also feel when you touch, for example, like flour and maybe sand. I can add sand. You will get that flour is soft and sand is rough. So that is the function of the skin. Through the skin on your hand, you will know the roughness or softness. When water is poured on you, whether warm or cold, you will feel and know how the temperature of the water is. So these are our 5 sense organs and the functions of each of them. Let's go to the next slide to finalize in our conclusion. We see each of them. We have them there. We have the sense organ, the first one. We have the eyes, and we said the function is to see things. The number 2, we have the ears, whose function is to hear sounds. Number 3, we have the nose, whose function is to smell things like food and air around us. Number 4, we have the tongue, whose function is to taste things like food. And finally, the skin, whose function is to feel whether something is hot, cold, smooth, or rough. So that brings us to the end of our lesson today. We have known our sense organs, what they are. They are parts of our body, how many they are. We've listed 5, and the function of each of them. Thank you very much for being with me in this lesson. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice weekend. Thank you.